How's it going, folks? Here's just a wee thought for y'all. It's been dancing around my brain, and I thought I would share it because it's at the forefront of my consciousness just now. Am I the only one who gets incredibly, and it's exasperation, it's pissed off, it's disappointment, it's fatigue, when you think that you've got someone that you can trust and open up to, be it a family member, be it a friend, be it a professional, and you really start trying to get the flow of conversation going, you're slowly opening up, talking about yourself, getting deeper into the conversation, maybe trying to drop down a few of those emotional barriers just so that you can speak truer about what's going on up here and whatever. And you're maybe not expecting this person to have answers because, every person's journey is individual and unique to them. But you're getting to the point where you're really hoping that you're going to get the crux of the conversation that you're wanting to talk about. And that other person, because it's usually a one-on-one scenario, just completely shuts down, changes the whole conversation, and moves it on to something else. Now, I'm fully cognizant that most people on this planet don't understand mental illness, much less mental health, because a stigma has been slapped on it, and it just basically means that the attitude has been for a very long time, bury your head in the sand and ignore it. And therefore, if it's buried in the sand and ignored, it does not exist. And therefore, when someone comes to you and presents and says, look, I actually think I'm affected by my mental health and it could be mental illness if it's not treated, it's all in your head, doesn't exist. Did you see how that football team played last night? And then suddenly, you become the bad guy for going, I don't fucking care about the football game last night. I don't care about the cup of coffee that was made. I don't care about the mince that was slivered on the telly. I have taken everything within my human being soul to try and get all this off, just to have somebody to fucking listen to. And you've basically just gone, not interested. And then they wonder why folks, especially maybe blokes, just retreat and go back into ourselves. Oh, doesn't talk. Oh, he's getting silent. Oh, he's getting moody. And they make you feel like the asshole for feeling things? I'm sorry. You really shouldn't have to respond to negative behaviour to get a response. But when someone does that, my immediate attitude is, fuck you. And this will probably not be a popular one because I've said that, but that's why people shut down, I think. They psych themselves up so much for this person, this individual that they've trusted, whoever it may be, as I say, family member, friend, professional, and it just gets immediately shut down and it just invalidates everything about what you've done, doesn't it? And pushes you harder and further back into a darker place because you suddenly think, well, nobody wants to listen. And perhaps you maybe know of folks like that in your life that do this. They're just not interested in hearing about your mental health, or, just interested as your friend, partner, or professional about how you're feeling. Well, I'm here to tell you, folks, fuck them. They're not worth worrying about. Now, it's easy to say from a perspective where you can remove yourself from the situation, but I mean it in the sense of emotionally protect yourself, psychologically defend yourself, right? If somebody's not interested in that conversation, then respectfully, that person is not worth having that conversation with. And you need to find someone else that is actually worthy, because listening involves that. And as I say, I know it's a human nature. You want to have an answer why your pal's suffering, why your friend's suffering, why your lover's suffering, why somebody you really care about is suffering. But to shut them down, to ignore them, and then move the conversation on. Sorry, we're not the assholes in that scenario. This hypothetical person is. This hypothetical individual is. And that is part of the stigma and part of the shame. It is a form of shaming someone into silence when you're like, nah, whatever. Would it not be better to just a truer and more honest society to say, I don't understand, I'm very sorry, this is very difficult for me, so that both individuals can know in the scenario that actually this is a really intense conversation and there's two individuals involved in it. That shouldn't be so hard, folks. And that's one of the aims, majorly, of this campaign, is that folks can speak freely to the people they trust and individuals in general and not get the conversation shut down, because that's just invalidation of your pain. And the last thing that anybody needs, especially when they're struggling with mental illness and mental trauma, is somebody shutting it down and ignoring it. So, we know we don't. We're here to talk about it. That's why everybody's on this page. For everybody else, start engaging the listening function. And if somebody really does trust and love and care about you enough to open up about how they're feeling, don't fucking invalidate them. Don't ignore them. Don't turn them away. They need you. And even if you don't have the answers, be an honest person and say, this is very hard for me too, instead of invalidating the person that you're talking to. Because there's nothing worse on this earth. I'm going to have a wee think on that. Put the kettle on. Back in touch soon. So please, folks, thank you for listening. Look after yourselves. Look after each other. And I'll try and get in touch again very soon. Bye for now.